King Von was known to be one of the most dangerous rappers in the industry. In the months leading up to his passing, King Von was taking over the music industry with his hit songs Crazy Story, as well as his debut album Welcome to O Block. Following in the footsteps of his best friend Lil Durk, he would unfortunately lose his life, as on November 5th, 2020, King Von and his crew prepared to head to Club Opium in Atlanta for his album release party. This night was supposed to be a massive celebration of the life and success ahead for King Von, but no one knew that it would be short-lived, as King Von had many enemies in the area. Growing up in a place as dangerous as O Block, he already knew the risks of being caught lacking in public. So when Von was rolling to the club, he was with a crew of around 20 to 25 members spread across 8 vehicles that went all to the party with him. Even King Von's manager, 100K Track, spoke on the extreme measures that Von would take when it regards security.
I travel with one security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. We're like, I think we're about 8-10 cars deep, 20-25 on entourage.
However, later on in the night, something would completely change. King Von would act out and put his life in jeopardy. In the meantime, Von's party was going great. Everyone was having a good time, celebrating the success of King Von's newest album. Once the party ended around 2:30 a.m., Von and his entourage began exiting the club with the plan of everyone returning to their Airbnb for the night. However, King Von had other plans.
Everybody mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and the Airbnb, because that's normal routine. The club he went to, the after hours, wasn't getting paid for. I didn't have no acknowledgement of. His team didn't have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete Von decision.
With the whole crew heading to the Airbnb, King Von would tell his driver to go to another club known as the Monaco Lounge, which would be the first decision of many that led to the end of King Von on this night.
So everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car, like, hey bro, we here by, matter of fact, I think from his DJ was like, hey bro, you know we here by ourselves, like where you guys at? And everybody rerouted to that venue.
For some reason, the people in Von's truck only let the rest of the team know the plans that changed once they arrived at Monaco. When the rest of the team found out that King Von was at another club, their cars made an immediate U-turn towards the new club. Once Von's manager got to Monaco, he knew something was very off about King Von. He wasn't acting like his upbeat, usual self. Instead, he was sitting very quiet in the corner of his vehicle and on his cell phone. Von's crew was ready to enter the club at this point. However, King Von sat in the truck for roughly 30 minutes.
For some reason, Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 30-35 minutes.
King Von's manager then hopped into the truck to check on King Von. King Von finally agreed to go into the lounge, but due to Monaco's club rules, Von's crew had to leave their firearms all inside of their vehicles. As first, they would then let the security in to check the club, making sure that it was safe for a famous celebrity of King Von to be in there.
I went to the car he was in, I was like, yo, Von. Went inside the passenger seat, I'm like, yo, Von, bro, what's going on? Like, everybody here waiting, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Von's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
But the real danger was actually outside in the parking lot, because Quando Rondo was in a car with a couple of his own members trying to get some sleep. As at this current point in time, King Von's security is checking out the inside of the club. King Von is still standing outside to when he would notice Quando Rondo's vehicle. Once he spotted Quando sitting beside his car, King Von was told that he was over there and began immediately sprinting over.
Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys, he came to the car and said, hey, so-and-so's here. And Von just jumped up like, oh, come on, let's go.
With King Von reacting instantly, sprinting over to where Quando Rondo is, Von's team was trying to chill him out very quickly and not to start a scene. But that didn't stop King Von. Von went right around the front of the white vehicle and immediately began swinging against Quando.
He jumped out the car. By the time Von jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
Then only a couple seconds into the brawl against Quando, Quando's best friend Lil Tim comes out from the backside of the white vehicle with his firearm and ends up using it against King Von, landing a few multiple times across of his body. King Von's manager also got hit in his leg trying to pull King Von away. Some of Von's members were still strapped, and they instantly retaliated against Lil Tim, making him immediately fall to the ground only a few feet away. With the noise eclipse going off in the area, 2 off-duty officers working security down the street, as well as 1 on-duty officer, would quickly pull up to the scene, where they started unleashing multiple rounds into the area, hitting and ending one of King Von's friends. During this, King Von is seen laying in the middle of the street, Quando Rondo sitting right beside him. People online believe Quando is trying to snatch Von's chain before fleeing the area, but in reality, 100K Track thinks Von was actually holding Quando there to shield himself.
And was he trying to take Von's chain, or?
Honest truth, I don't think V-Roy had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little bit closer, Von was actually holding onto him like, man, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you here, like, even through getting he's that strong. Like, he was literally holding him.
Once the scene relaxed a bit and people stopped using their firearms, the race to save King Von's life was now on. His closest and best friend Muop ran right into the middle of the street and finishing Quando Rondo off for King Von. Quando and his team would then leave the scene, including the hitter being Lil Tim, all jumping into their white vehicle heading over to the hospital. Meanwhile, Von's crew helped him up into their own getaway car to the hospital. Despite being hit 4 times, Von was conscious the entire ride there, and members with King Von in the vehicle would speak out, sharing that Von tried keeping everyone else in good spirits and assured everyone else that it would be okay.
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Von was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get me to the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself, from that incident, from what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been fine.
After arriving to the hospital, King Von was quickly rushed into the operating room, but unfortunately passed during surgery. Once the news of King Von's passing would shake the entire rap industry, as Von was the hottest rapper in the game at this point. He was one of Chicago's most fearless and dangerous members in O Block as well. It was so unbelievable to see Von had been fallen to a beef with another rapper that it actually took hours for people to believe that it was real.
This made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people shooting was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange of guns.
Then on the other side, Lil Tim would survive his injuries at the hospital. The following day, he would be arrested in his hospital bed and been charged with the passing of King Von. Lil Tim went through multiple bond hearings where he was denied each time. However, in March 2021, he would receive a bail for $100,000. Ever since then, the charges against Lil Tim were actually dropped, as confirmed by his attorney in August 2023, stating, and I quote, "The case against Mr. Leaks, aka Lil Tim, was dismissed before ever being indicted." With Lil Tim beating the charges, this is where the rap industry got real, as Quando Rondo would then release a disrespectful track titled End of Story, implying it was the end of King Von since he was known for the Crazy Story series. In the lyrics, Quando goes off about that night, where he would say, and I quote, "Your brother's on the ground, go and pick your man up. That's right, we scream in self-defense. He shouldn't have put his hands on me. Look at the footage, that's all the evidence. See, those men shouldn't have run up on me." Now, Lil Tim even followed it up with his own track titled Off the List, where he raps the lyrics, "Just checked a new man off the list, quick to get you down, but check the score, I don't miss," referencing to the night of King Von's passing and saying that he checked Von off of his list of people to hit. The sad part is, King Von's passing was the highlight of Quando Rondo's entire music career, and it was all they would make music about until this day. He'd even mention it more in a track titled Soul Reaper, where he would say, "Man ran up on me and then we sprayed him. I'm talking lights out. We do the dash in that Durango, jumped out with the pipe out, so tell them to pipe down." However, Von's best friends, Lil Durk, and members in O Block knew they had to do something about this. They couldn't just let them off for what they did, because in the following months, we would then hear a big-time hit against Quando's crew.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper. a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
As a result, one of Quando's closest friends, Lil Pab, would have been taken out during this hit. News footage captured the moment that Quando found out, as he experienced the same pain that Vaughn's friends did just 1 year prior.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Not long after, Dirk claimed to be behind the hit, as on his track titled Aha, he had the lyrics, and I quote, "They like Dirk, he a singer, he won't do something. You can believe whatever you want, I got your folks hit." He even mentions in another track on how Quando screamed after finding out Lil Pab was gone in his feature on Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, where he says, and I quote, "Look on the news and see your son screaming no, no." As Quando's ultimately has backed down ever since then, losing someone very close to him, he tried distancing himself from the street life. However, life in O Block hasn't been nearly the same since Vaughn passed. The members are even more on edge after seeing what happened to Vaughn, someone that almost everyone looked up to in O Block. Seeing them pass from something street related has definitely made a lot of them think twice about living this type of lifestyle, as O Block members have even shown this in his Instagram Live.
Check it out. Let's walk over here and see this Vaughn picture. I know it's a lot of ops on this. I'm letting y'all see where I'm at. Why is this black truck still right here? Man. Watch that truck. Watch that truck right there.